Hey, Facebook, what's going on? Instagram, what's going on? Hey, Instagram. So I wanted to jump on. I actually haven't been on in like over a week, which is crazy because I like to gabble. But everything's been going on. The kids have been home for a week. School's out, so you can probably feel my pain a little bit. It's already a week in, and I already want to FedEx my kids somewhere. So, and no one loves their children more than this mama, but you know, it's a lot to handle 3 to 1. Anyway, so I wanted to jump on and let's see if we can get up here. Just want to share this to my group. I want to talk fat loss today. I know that's a really good topic, and everybody wants to hear fat loss from me. So let me do that for you guys. I just want to share this quick. So let me know who's on. Say hi if you're catching the replay. Let me know you're catching the replay. Let me know if this is a topic that you are interested in. Everybody wants to lose some fat somewhere, right? It's usually a hot topic around this time of year anyway. But I take a little bit of a different approach, okay? I am not about diets. I don't like restricting the body. I don't like depriving the body. I don't like when anybody tells me that they have taken away their favorite thing or their non-negotiables. Life and food and everything is about enjoyment. And we just need to figure out a way to do that, right? So we need to figure out a way where we can enjoy the things that we enjoy. We can enjoy the cookouts. We can enjoy the parties. We can enjoy the cake and the donuts and all that fun stuff, the alcohol. The problem is at this point, we're a little overloaded on the fun and less on the fitness and the health. So that's easy to manipulate a little bit in favor of fat loss and health. But we often take what society deems as appropriate as going on a diet or a quick fix. And that doesn't seem to work for most of us, right? Mostly all of us. For anybody that's been on a diet or has taken a diet approach, you always find yourself back on that diet, whether it's, seasonally, whether it's yearly, whether it's 2 years or 3 years from now. We tend to just keep repeating the same patterns, right? We get back to enjoying the life that we love, eating the foods that we love, and we get, to the point where we're doing less activity and less exercise. A lot of us that work full-time or lead more of a sedentary life and don't get to get out as much or walk as much or exercise as much, especially through the winter months, right? If you live in a colder area, even when you want to be active, it's not necessarily something that you want to go out and do if you're going to, freeze your ass off. So that's why around this time of year, you start seeing more commercials and infomercials and things about losing weight and, quickly, 25 pounds, 30 pounds, 5 pounds, anything within 10, 15, 20 days. You get all these challenges. I'm currently running a challenge. So unless you really know what is backing the challenge and the approach of the challenge, you automatically assume it's some sort of diet or quick fix. And I just want to let you know where I'm coming from and explain to you a little bit why diets don't work. I tend to spend a lot of time on this with a lot of the things that I talk about. And the reason why they don't work is primarily because it's restriction, right? So they work initially because you're taking the lifestyle that you currently have and maybe it's too many calories, right? So as long as you tweak the calories a little bit and you're putting it down to where your body's comfort is and where your desired calorie need is, that's where you're going to lose your weight, right? So initially, say you have 30 pounds to lose. We'll just throw a big number out there. You have 30 pounds to lose and you lose 5 pounds. Well, you think it's working, right? You think, okay, well, this is working. This approach is working. I lost 5 pounds, but you still have 30 to lose, right? So you keep going and you keep restricting and it gets harder and harder and harder. And then you find that all the other things are kind of coming into play. Your energy, you're not sleeping well. You're waking up and you're feeling more fatigued. You feel less desire to be motivated or do anything. And you've lost 10 pounds, okay? So it's still working, right? Your diet's still working, but all the other secondary symptoms are coming about. You're having midday crashes. You have no energy or recovery in your workouts. Like all these different things are happening, but you're still losing weight, so you think that this diet is working. What inevitably is happening is your body is starting now to react to a negative response. So you're bringing down your calories, and your body's recognizing that you're coming closer to the calories that you actually need, but you're not doing it the right way, right? You're restricting nutrients, you're restricting a certain amount of food. If you're restricting food and not knowing what foods to restrict, then you could be restricting all the nutrients, vitamins, protein, all these things that your body actually needs. So these red flags start popping up with your body. And if you're not feeding your body, even though you're losing weight and losing water weight, you could be losing muscle tissue, right? It may not even be tapping into the fat stores. Oh, that sucks, So you think you're losing weight, you're getting on the scale and you're like, woohoo, 10 pounds, still got 20 to go, but I'm just going to keep white knuckling my way through there in hopes that I get there to the point where I look good or I feel good in whatever it is, clothes, working out, whatever it is, whatever your goals are and why you've set your goals. So you get there, you're realizing that even if you reach your goals, right, as far as weight loss, you're not feeling great, right? You're not looking good, you're depleted, your muscle tone's gone away, you have insomnia or you have interrupted sleep. Like any of these type of things are coming up, and this is why they're not sustainable, right? This is why you go right back to repeating the same patterns and behaviors and habits that you were doing prior to trying to lose the weight, because it's not sustainable. It's not something that your body is comfortable maintaining, and it's not really something that you can maintain because you're not having fun. Like the lifestyle's different, you're not sleeping good, you have no energy, you're not eating the foods that you like all these different things come into play. And at the end of the day, the reason is because the body does not like when you restrict. So you just need to kind of change the mindset a little bit and come up and approach it as you still want to feed the body, you just want to feed it differently, right? So you still want to eat the foods you like, enjoy the lifestyle that you've created. This is your lifestyle, it's easy. You're gaining weight with this lifestyle, so all you have to do is tweak it a little bit. And then so you're losing weight on the lifestyle and you're maintaining your lean muscle mass, your energy is improving, all these different things that you want to see happen as you're losing weight. So what do, right? Protein is one of the big things that you can make sure that you're implementing into your weight loss routine or fat loss routine. So you want to implement protein in every single meal. One of the things that I work with my clients is intermittent fasting. And I know a lot of people that have either have not heard of the term, or if they have heard of the term, it's more geared towards competition, figure competition, athletic performance, like all these different things to shed weight quickly. Yes, when you get to that point in that level, it's a way of shedding weight quickly. And when they're at that level, you're shedding the right kind of weight. So the right kind of weight that they're shedding is toxic fat weight, right? The fat that they've put on. They need to get the fat off in order to perform a little bit better and use that fat as fuel versus use their muscle as fuel. So the reason why athletes and athletic performers or figure competition or figure competitors use this approach is because they're using fat as fuel and reserving their muscle fuel, right? So it prolongs their performance. So that's why it has been very good in that area and used as a term more commonly in that area. But it's also used in religious ceremonies. It's a religious approach, like all these different things. And at the end of the day, intermittent fasting is prolonging the healing process of the body. That's all it's doing. You're intermittently fasting. You're intermittently healing your body, taking a break, letting it regenerate, rebuild, heal, and cutting digestion back, right? So you have all this stuff going on. You've eaten your last meal the night before. You start your intermittent fasting process before that, right? And so you use your sleep for your fast. That's where you start your fast. If you're hopping on, say hi. Let me know you're here. Same with you guys. Hey, Michelle. I was just talking to you earlier. Hey, Jim. Hi, guys. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out with me and listening to my, but it's good. So get back to it. Intermittent fasting, you start it, the process of it, you use your sleep. So it's not like you're going, 14, 16 hours of being awake and not eating. You actually use your sleep in order to help this process take place. So during intermittent fasting, what happens? During your sleep, what happens in your body? Your HGH rises, so that's your human growth hormone. So a lot of people hear about human growth hormone when they hear about anti-aging and preserving muscle mass. It also decreases cortisol, okay? So right now next week I'm running my 10-day belly buster, and we call it the nighttime belly buster, the bedtime belly buster, because we're actually feeding our body prior to the process or the start of the intermittent fasting, right? So you feed it, you give it a boost of protein, phytonutrients, and you give it a boost of fiber and probiotic prior to starting your 14 to 16 hour fast. So you're giving your body all this nutrition to work, to keep your HGH raised up, to maintain your metabolism and your muscle tone, to do all these things so your body can heal, rebuild, and get rid of all the fat and the gunk and the toxicity that has, that's clogged up over. I mean, have you been intermittent fasting, then it's just during that prior day. If you're just starting this journey and just starting this lifestyle approach, your liver is probably very suppressed and very bogged down with lifestyle of everything that you've done to it, as far as drinking, medications, the toxicities in our air, the toxicities in our food, that all gets gunked up in the liver. And the liver, during this process of intermittent fasting, when your HGH rises, your cortisol drops, and your body is trying to really tap into releasing the shit out of your body, and that's what the liver does, right? It's your filtration system. Well, the liver can't work at the level it's supposed to be working at if you have high levels of fat, high levels of toxicity, if your lifestyle is, if you're drinking a lot, taking a lot of over-the-counter medications, a lot of caffeine, all these things are going to slow this process down, right? So giving it the boost prior to this start of fast, giving us protein, letting it heal and regenerate and rebuild during that 14 to 16 hours really gives that body a fighting chance to do what it's supposed to do. And getting back to dieting and restricting, the liver slows down, the metabolism slows down, everything slows down when you start restricting nutrients from the body, okay? So we think about dieting as restriction, and then we think of exercise as burning more calories. So now you're taking in less calories and burning more calories. So it's eat less, exercise more. So that stress raises, those red flags raise in the body. So more cortisol is being let out. And if the liver is not functioning at 100%, 90%, even 80 to 70%, and you're restricting more calories, then the whole system just gets sluggish and it just starts shutting down. This is where we have our energy crashes. This is where we have our cravings, our hunger, where we can't satiate ourselves. All this process happens, and it's all based on hormones, right? Especially females. That's why my passion is with females. We're a little different than guys. We can always say that guys can lose weight like that. They just talk about losing weight and they lose 10 pounds in a day. And it's hormones, right? They have higher levels of testosterone, which leaves their metabolism a little bit higher. So if they cut back their calories just a little bit, they're going to see a huge change and a huge shift in their weight. That's not the same for us, right? So our body is geared to protect. It's geared to reproduce and create a human being. So you can almost say that we have a third brain. They always say your gut's your second brain. Well, you have a third brain in there somewhere, because your body, especially if you're still getting your period, its only priority is to make sure that if you get pregnant, that you can create a human being. So if you start restricting all these calories, that's where the energy preserve comes in. And that's where the body's like, hold up. If she's going to keep going this route, I'm going to make sure I preserve all the fat that I have, preserve all the calories, any calories that she's taken in, and that's going to increase water weight, right? So if we're taking in any sort of calorie or carb or fat or anything else like that, it's going to go right to fat cells. Your body weight, your water weight is going to increase, because that increases inflammation. Okay, inflammation drops your pH to more of an acidic environment. So what do we need to create the pH and make it, everybody remember their chemistry classes? So in order to alkalize the pH, you got to add water, right? So this is where our water weight comes in. So I know this is a lot of information, but I hope I'm a little bit, layman as far as explaining it to you so you understand it. And all intermittent fasting is resting the body. Okay, utilize the sleep, in order to do that. So what I do in my own lifestyles, I try to stop eating earlier at night. And you could, as I'm talking, you can hear all the rules, right? All the people saying, oh, stop eating at 8 o'clock and everything. So while I'm talking, you'll hear, some of the things that are familiar to you, that you've heard over the years as far as what you should do, the rules that you should do to make sure that you're not gaining too much weight. But I tend to stop eating around 6 or 7 o'clock at night, right? So that means if I'm going 16 hours, 7 to 7 is 12, add 4, and I'm not eating until about 11 o'clock in the morning. That's my first meal. That's not the first thing that I put into my body in the morning. I do celery juice. Celery juice is known to cleanse the liver. It's known to help boost the liver and get the gunk moving through the liver. So I start with celery juice. There's no sugar in that, so it does not take me out of my fast. As soon as you add sugar and have an insulin reaction in your blood, you are out of your fast. So you just want to make sure you can have black tea, you can have green teas, herbal teas. James is on Facebook now. I love you guys. You can have all these things as long as you don't have sugar, right? So you're staying in your fast. You can have herbal teas, lemon lime water. You can have black tea, and you can have your celery juices, your cucumber juices. Celery juice is known to be, cucumber is also an alternative if you really are opposed to celery, is another alternative for the liver flush or the liver cleanse. And then your first meal, you want it to be something that is balanced and it doesn't really have an aggressive approach to digestion, because your body is in a calm state right now. The pH is good. And you want to keep the magic happening, right? You don't want to just now overload it with, all this gunk, all this crap food, going to Starbucks and getting a Frappuccino, whatever, and just giving it all kinds of toxicities as far as sugar, alcohol, sugar, dyes, all this kind of crap that your body just doesn't want to need. This is what backs the liver up in general. So that is my little tidbit for you guys. This is what I just want to start explaining my approach and who I am as a coach for you, because I know you're getting a lot of marketing and all my posts and stuff like that and all the things that I talk about. And it's like I want to start giving you guys the how, like what I actually do as a mom, as a trainer, as a nutritionist. I have 3 children, so my schedule is out of my mind busy, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I run a business. I run a coaching business, online as well as in person. So these are my passions. My passion's female, my passion's hormones. Anything that I talk about, I've done myself. My clients have done it with me. My family's gone alongside of me. They've been my guinea pigs if there's something new that comes along. And when I find an approach that works, I want to share it. I know there's so many people out there that are struggling and they think that their only option is to go on the greatest, latest, quick fix, 7-day, 10-day, 12-day diet. To get rid of their squish or something, just over the years of you putting on 1, 2, 3 pounds a year and you're figuring out why is this happening? And that's where I want to let you know that there's alternatives, right? There's different approaches to this. There's different ways of doing it. Is agave okay? Agave is still a sugar, so it's still going to give you an insulin spike. It's actually more of a processed sugar. I'd rather see you, James is asking about agave. I'd rather see you actually use honey than agave. So you want to take a sugar that's at its most natural state. So get a nice raw honey, a local honey, so it's seasonal. So especially if you're suffering from seasonal allergies and stuff like that, that can really help you. Honey is fantastic for that. And you want to kind of limit 2 tablespoons a day. That's my thing. My non-negotiable is my tea. You'll always see me. I actually have one right now. My little Starbucks tea. Everybody always asks me, what's in my concoction, right? They see me with a Starbucks cup and they're like, this nutritionist is talking about fat loss, intermittent fasting. She looks great, but yet she has a Starbucks cup in her hand. What the hell is she drinking? So it's always been kind of like my hidden gem. Well, I revealed it to one of my clients yesterday. It's tea. That's all it is. So I love chai tea. I just love it. I've taken it in. My aunt's on here right now. Well, she was, hey, Bob. So she knows I'm a tea lover, and I add my honey to my tea, so that's where I get it. So I don't necessarily get my honey at a store. I know it's processed, I know it's packaged, so I'll bring it home and I'll add my raw honey to it, and I get light steamed soy in it. And as a thyroid, I'm a recovering hypothyroid, autoimmune. I've struggled with that for a couple of years. It got reignited when I was in China. I was in a very toxic environment. And soy is one of those things that the thyroid does not like it. It slows it down. Especially in the US, our soy, 80% of it, 89 to 90% of it is GMO. GMO is genetically modified organism. So you don't want GMOs in your body. You put GMOs in your body and it does not know what to do with it. So where does it go? Fat, okay? It's a toxin. So if your body doesn't recognize it, your body doesn't know what to do with it, it doesn't know how to utilize it, your liver doesn't know what to do with it, so it pushes it right back out to the blood and it goes into your fat cells. Fat cells is the only place that toxicities can be held and stored in the body. This is why we're gaining weight. That's it. We are gaining weight because our hormones are imbalanced with the foods that we're eating. Our foods are toxic. Our body doesn't know what we're doing with it, so it puts it into our fat cells. And so when you clean up your liver and your liver is working optimally and really doing what it's supposed to be doing, it's targeting your fat cells. That's why we're losing weight. So I have 3 questions here I'm going to get to. The top 3 questions that everybody always asks me when they're joining my program. But one of them is around the fact of, I don't want to lose fat. I don't want to lose belly bloat. I don't want to lose belly bloat. I just want to lose fat. So if you're bloating and your belly's bloating, you've already been struggling with retaining water, your pH is off, and your liver is sluggish. So you want, I wish there was a term you could say, it's like love your liver instead of dieting, okay? Because the liver is what does it all. The liver does everything. The hormones, liver, everything. That is like the magic pill. Okay, so if you love your liver and you approach cleansing your liver, you will see your bloat come down, you will see the fat go away, you will see your energy rise. This is what the liver does. We can replicate every organ besides the liver and the brain. I think we can do the brain. I think they are doing the brain now. They can't do the liver. You cannot get a liver replacement. You can get someone else's liver, but they can't create a liver. They can't make a liver. It's amazing. Okay, it's the most amazing filtration system. And we take it for granted. And that's basically it. Our obesity is on the rise, 1 in 3 men. Now it's up to 2 out of 3 kids. I mean, it's a mess, okay? And we just need to really just start approaching it in a different way. And it's not dieting and restriction, it's feeding the body, okay? So the top 3 questions. So like I said, I'm running a 10-day challenge next week. The challenge is basically feeding your body proper nutrition. That's my challenge for you. It's not restricting. It's not trying to take anything away. I don't even want you to change your lifestyle. I want you to keep everything the same. The only thing I want you to add is this shake prior to sleeping and maybe extending your hours of intermittent fasting in the morning and adding the celery juice. That is the only thing. And the traditional 10-day belly buster has nothing to do with celery juice or extending your fast. It's just feeding your body. But coaching with me and being a part of it with me, I know taking that next step will help you sustain your lifestyle a little bit longer and get a little bit better results long term, especially if you're just approaching this 10-day challenge just to do 10 days and not really as a lifestyle transition. So I will do a lot of coaching alongside that in my personal group, but the 10-day challenge is with my big coaching group. It's with other coaches, it's with other trainers, other doctors, nutritionists, moms, dads. There's a whole bunch of awesome people on there. I've had 50 people go through it myself and have great results, all kinds of different results. A lot of people weren't even going after it more for weight loss. They were going after it more to feel better, to get off medications, to sleep better, to have better skin, all the other secondary things that we're dealing with. So I want to get to the 3 questions that people usually ask me when entering something like this, because a lot of people don't know about it, and a lot of people don't know about everything that I just covered and discussed. So if you're just hopping on, say hi. I would love for you guys to go back and listen to the replay. I went in a lot about fat loss, why diets don't work, why restriction doesn't work, what it does to the body, and what we really need to do as a reapproach. So the first question I usually get is, I want to lose fat. I want to lose fat, but not belly bloat. Okay. So belly bloat is when cortisol rises while you're sleeping and HGH doesn't go anywhere. Okay. So nothing's going on in your system. Your liver is sluggish. All your system is slowing down. Whether you've eaten too late or you're in a bad eating habit, a bad eating pattern, you're not eating the right food, you're drinking a lot, like all these things. When you have belly bloat, it's the body telling you that something's off. Okay, that is all. And it's very easy to rectify, and it can happen within days. That doesn't mean just because your belly bloat's going down that you're losing fat. But you can see belly bloat come down within days, especially when you start feeding it properly, hydrating it properly, and start really getting the liver to work at a functional level. Okay, When the liver works at a functional level, so I just want to lose fat, like I said and what we talked about, when your liver is working optimally and functioning properly, you will start losing fat because that's what it targets. Okay, so again, to recap, when the liver is sluggish and cannot function what it's supposed to be doing, it pushes all the gunk back out into your blood, right? Because it doesn't know what to do. It's like a clogged system or a backed up pipe, and it doesn't know what to do, so it just backs up. It pushes it back out into the blood, and it can't stay in the blood. The blood has to stay at an equal pH balance, so it goes into the fat cells. Reverse engineer. That's all you have to do. So take it out of the fat cells by unclogging the liver, right? And start healing the liver and start letting the liver, function properly. I don't need to lose fat. How would I do this to help me? So like I said, I had a ton of women go through this with me. Everybody needs to lose some fat. We have some trouble areas. That doesn't mean you don't look good in clothes. That doesn't mean that you're not a figure competitor. That doesn't mean that, you don't work out all the time. You're comfortable in your skin, but not having to lose fat. Everybody has a little bit of fat to lose, okay? So when I first went into this system, I didn't think I had fat to lose. The only reason why I entered the cleanse and I entered the system was because of my toxicity levels. When I left China, I had high levels of cadmium, high levels of arsenic. My body was shutting down. I just started experiencing an autoimmune disease and hypothyroid. So I needed something to heal my body, to feed my body, so my body could start this process, everything that we're talking about. Adding protein pacing to that, which is adding protein to your meals, adding protein to your daily lifestyle, that's going to help preserve muscle mass, increase your metabolism, decrease cortisol, increase HGH, all these good things that happen. That's when fat loss starts coming down, and we start utilizing fat for fuel, and that's where our energy spikes come in. So when we wake up feeling more refreshed, more energized, we don't have the midday crashes, it's because we're using our fat stores now for energy. We're not depleting our muscles. We're not using our muscle tissue for energy. So either way, say you don't have fat to lose and you are an elite athlete and you don't have fat to lose, but we always need to clean out. We always need to clean out the gunk. We always need to filter out our pipes, as we say. So our environment, the things that we eat, the things we put in our body, the things we put in our skin, all these different things that get piled up in our system, and it gets our system backed up. We need to clean out, right? So you just want to purify and just regenerate. I don't work out. Why would I need protein? This is huge for women. Women don't think they need protein unless they work out. This was really more when I first get into my career. I had women that didn't want to consume protein at all, right? They didn't want to consume carbs. They didn't want to consume protein. All they were eating was everything that said low fat. And this is what killed their metabolism. This is what wrecked their hormones. This is why they couldn't recover from my workouts. Not only that, they started losing their hair. They started getting adult onset acne. They had energy crashes. They just had no sex drive. Like, all these different things can happen when you start messing up with macros, right? When you start eliminating fat, eliminating carbs, eliminating protein. The body doesn't want you to eliminate anything. It wants you to feed it. But we don't need so much fuel. That's our problem. We need to only figure out what fuel that we do need. But with that said, you can, when they say nutrition is, the best approach, you don't need to exercise on a good nutrition program. You can be lean, healthy without overly exercising or out exercising too much. That's because if you have a good, sufficient supply of protein coming in, you're feeding your muscle tissue. Your muscle tissue is actually working for your body and increasing your metabolism. And it's just a win-win, a happy situation, right? And as long as you keep everything clean, and as long as you're giving your body enough time to heal, regenerate, and do all these different things, and your liver's great, you are living a good life. You're living a healthy life. Your blood pressure is great. You're sleeping great. Your heart rate's low. You're not you have no secondary symptoms, acute symptoms. Nothing's going on. It's good, right? So those are the 3 questions. This is how I debunk those 3 questions. And it's all just about a healthy, sustainable lifestyle approach to keeping fat low, keeping your liver healthy, and keeping healthy. So if you are interested in joining my challenge next week, it's 10 days. Again, it's all about feeding the body, not restricting the body. It's 3 supplements. It's free. It's free coaching. Again, I'm going to put you in my big coaching group. It's going to be awesome. My biz partner is going to join me in a couple of lives throughout over the next couple of days. And we're going to get in more about the fun part of it and, what you can expect, some testimonials. I'm going to invite some people on that have gone through it. But if you want to know, I actually just did a live training on the benefits of the 10-day challenge, the 10-day belly buster challenge. I will put that link below. If you're on Instagram and you don't follow me on Facebook, just reach out to me on Facebook. It's just Jennifer Hyde, or Jen Hyde is my business page. And just reach out, send me a message. I will send you the link. It's on YouTube. I'll give you my YouTube link, and then it's an hour training, and I go through the whole science behind it, why we should do it, what these supplements are, how you can incorporate the supplements into your lifestyle afterwards. But it is just food, guys. That's all it is. And I'll go in over the week and tell you why I chose supplementation versus making my own shakes and own smoothies, because there is a reason behind that too. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know if you want to join the challenge. We have hundreds of women and men joining the challenge already, which is great because we have tons of other coaches doing this. And it's just going to be super fun. So I will jump back on tomorrow. We'll go a little bit more in depth. Maybe Cami will be with me tomorrow, which will be fun. And thanks for hanging out for me. I went too long today. I'm so sorry, but thanks for sticking with me. Do I have any questions? Hey, Stace. I haven't seen you in so long. Hope you're doing well. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Have a great day. And